so ashamed of her breasts that she lets a Machiavellian psychopath cut them off.
How dare you?
But I was not a member of the IRA.
Get a couple of dozen of your mates and go down to that Buckingham Palace and kill the old bag.
Big Mike il capo.
Gran Mike el jefe. ビッグマイクとチーフ。ミクマイและหัวหน้า
Floody.
Big Mike and the Chief.
Hello, and
Hello.
welcome to Big Mike
Yeah.
and the Chief. Chief, talking to
Yeah.
that there now.
Yeah,
Good man.
How are you?
You're a good lad.
here we go.
Who's a good boy? Chief is a good lad.
Me.
Aren't you, Chiefy? Oh,
Aye, aye,
Jesus
aye.
Christ.
Oh,
The pipes are
don't
dipping
want
in
that.
the water.
The pipes.
They're calling. Oh,
Hey, how are you?
how are you, Chief?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. How are you?
Oh, I'm all right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just out with
yeah.
a scratcher.
Huh?
You're just out with a scratcher.
I'm not, lad. Do you know what? I was just actually talking to someone about this the other day. I wear these around the road and everything. Like, I go down to the shops and these. It's quite.
Ah, Jesus.
It's a little filthy, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
But I don't even
I
wear
don't
'em.
want to be associated with.
Yeah, I
whatever it
think
is, yeah.
I think it's because you go into the shops, like you go into a Sainsbury's or something, and they can see firmly the outline of your kiosk.
Yeah.
It is a bit because there'll be children around. It is a bit.
It's grotesque.
It's bold as brass.
Mm.
But I don't know. Just sometimes I'm just so fucking lazy. I have no respect for anyone on this road. Like,
Well, that totally warranted, yeah. It's
the
a
only
fucking
person I know
kid.
on this road is Tommy Crotton.
Yeah, and there's a mutual respect.
Well, there
There
is,
is,
but
yeah.
he's half a fucking woodlouse, so it's like what can he say that I'm wearing pajamas?
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like you're
yeah.
not even fully human.
Exactly,
Do you
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So
Would you? But you're like, to be honest, you'd go down to the shop. You'd surely go down to the shop in a bin bag, would you?
No, I do the opposite because I'm shoplifting, so I have to seem well put together
All right.
so that I don't
Would you
attract attention.
comb your hair to go robbing?
I do, yeah. I put on a nice tin of fruit and I go down there and a suit in case.
How's the robbing been going?
It's been going well. Batman's doing better, but that's.
Oh, come on now.
Oh, come on now.
Easy, Chief.
Yeah, but
You can't come in
fuck
punning
me.
at
I'm sorry.
90 seconds into
I
the
know,
pod.
yeah, that's
Because where's it
terrible.
going to lead?
I know, yeah,
Where are we going to end up at 40 minutes?
yeah. It's but
But you're going down.
I'm going down. Yeah, I'm getting a bit cocky now with it. Like I'm stealing. I was in Boots the other day and I stole like hair gel and deodorant and
Yes.
multivitamins and stuff.
Yeah. Multivitamins.
Yeah.
You're starting to get like into like being like a proper kind of like health food nut.
Well, the multivitamins is that like I can justify eating like shit and then like, oh, just take a multivitamin, everything's fine, you know?
Yes.
That'll stop me from, I don't know, getting fat.
I thought that the other day, lad. I just have this wrong. I used to have it when I used to smoke fags. I'd smoke fags and then I'd have an apple, and I thought that
Yeah.
cancelled it out.
Yeah, an apple a day makes your father gay or something. I don't know.
I suppose eating fruit is quite. As
That's
things
gay.
go, that is pretty gay.
Yeah, eating
Do you know
fruit.
what I mean?
Yeah, eating out fruit.
Huh?
Eating out fruit.
Like if you were to what? Like fucking.
No, eating out fruit sounds like you're eating.
Well, that sounds like you're like tongue in an apple. Do you know what I mean?
Like Call Me By Your Name.
Yeah. What did he do? Fucking Chalamet.
He came in a peach.
He came in a peach, and then did he?
He came in a peach.
He came in a peach. Did he?
Life's a peach.
And he fucking Chalamet and the fucking cum-filled peach.
But James and the cum-filled peach.
Well, this is what I was thinking. Yeah. But it's not James. It's fucking Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah.
But what was Chalamet's name in that? Call Me By Your Name.
Oh, fucking Adolf.
Gay.
Gay. Yeah.
His name was just
gay.
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 Yeah.
Twink.
He was twink.
Yeah.
But he did he drink his own cum?
No, Arnie Hammer came on a peach. I can't really remember, to be honest.
Was it?
He came on a peach and then he left it on the bed or something, and then
As a present.
yeah, a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Chalamet fucking gobbled it down.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Gobbledygook.
Yeah, I tell you, Arnie Hammer then.
Gobbledygook.
Golden Goop.
No, gobbledygook.
Oh, gobbledygook. Oh, God.
Oh,
That's
too much with the
no,
puns.
I think that's the best thing
Yeah.
you've ever said. That like,
Gobbledygook.
that cum is gobbledygook. Well, when you eat cum, it's gobbledygook.
Yeah. No, it's good
Fucking
gobbledygook.
gobbling up the goop.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Man goop.
Yeah, absolutely. His uncle is gobbledygook.
Goop.
Fuck. God, I'd love to go over to the Goops for Christmas. To the Goop family.
Christmas with the Goops.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to be sitting too close to Gobbledygook.
No.
He'd have the kiosk fucking bitten off you. Get away from me, Gobbledygook.
Gobbledygook.
So, fucking Arnie Hammer.
Yeah.
Didn't it come out that he was a cannibal?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it came out he was mad
Like
for
eating skin.
yeah,
Mm.
and eating people, and then he said to someone that he was riding, he was like, "Oh, I would love to barbecue your ribs or something."
Yeah, he said something like that. Yeah, he had a fantasy of like killing. I don't know if he did anything illegally.
He's just a big fucking odd
He's
fucker.
just an oddball. Like,
Yeah.
he just confessed to like. He just his kinks got aired. He wanted to eat someone, which we've all got our, you know. He wanted to kill and eat a woman, but like that's the kind of the low end of the spectrum, if you ask me. Like, you know.
Yeah. Would the human flesh? Would you have any interest in the human flesh? Well, like, would that just pose any?
No, I'm just this man. That's
Haribos.
Haribos. Yeah, that's all. If a man was made out of Haribos, yeah, I'd gobble him up. Like, but.
Fucking hell. Do you know what? I got stopped in the Dubai airport once, and what I had loose in my bag, I had like I loaded just Haribo. Just because I'm a disgusting bum.
Yeah.
So I just had I had fucking my copybooks, pens, and then just like loose Haribos.
Oh, loose Haribos.
Loose Haribos.
Right, okay.
Just like little men.
Yeah.
Little Haribo men. And so anyway, I looked scruffy as BJ's. I was coming into Dubai, and everyone coming into Dubai is just like fucking hot and leathery skinned.
You're wearing the attire that you're wearing now.
I had me pajamas on,
right? Yeah,
and
yeah.
I had just gotten out of the scratcher.
Well, so do they over in Abu Dhabi, don't they? A little bit.
What?
They kind of all walk around like they're wearing pajamas, don't they?
They're wearing the bed sheets.
Yeah,
they're even worse.
They're wearing your bed sheets.
They're wearing my bed sheets. They haven't even bothered fucking put on a pair of pajamas. So, but anyway, I was going through, and sure, I looked like utter dog shit. Anyway. And I came through, so the security were like, "What the fuck is this lad coming into Dubai for?" I was coming in there to do gigs. I'd been flown over for these old circus gigs. But anyway, so they dragged me over.
The World Cup, was it?
Huh?
The World Cup?
You thought I was playing in the World Cup?
Oh, you were in Abu Dhabi. I was in Dubai.
I was in Dubai, yeah.
Right.
Was the World Cup in Dubai?
It was in that. It was somewhere where they don't like gay people.
It
Anyway.
was one of the places they don't like gays.
Yeah.
One of the Middle Eastern places.
Yeah.
But no, I was doing these gigs for this lady Gail Clough. It's great actually. They put you up in these 5-star hotels. You
sick.
expat gigs. You're fed and watered. I was with this really fucking old horny New York comedian. He was like 60.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, Italian American guy, and he just kept talking about just like pussy. He's just like, after the gig, he's like, you hang around, and that's when the pussy comes in.
Yeah.
It's like this little big fucking bowling ball. Do you know, like a fat, but like rock hard fat.
Yeah.
And he just had this like kind of balding hair, but it was slicked back. And he every night anyway, he tried to, and he wasn't even drinking.
Trying to
but
fuck you?
I didn't try to.
No.
He didn't try to feed. No, he would have known better.
Yeah.
But he would try to shag some women, like
Right.
audience members. He'd hang around, and obviously no one wanted to shag him because he looked an absolute sight.
Yeah.
But then he'd always blame it. He'd always just, I was just about to make good, and then this gay guy came over,
Right.
fucked it up.
Right.
I think he was calling gay lads the F word as well. I think
Right,
he was
okay.
saying he was
Yeah.
he was not a good fella. But anyway. So, but I was coming in anyway, and the fucking boyos dragged me over, and they were like, we searched your bag.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I was like, just go on. So yeah, search the bag there, chief. And anyway, so they take out anyway, and they find the Haribos. And
This is going into.
this is coming into Dubai.
Right, into Dubai, okay.
So
yeah.
they just go, they're like, drugs,
Yeah.
gummy.
Oh, they look like edible.
Yeah,
gummies.
yeah,
Right,
gummy,
okay. Yeah,
gummy
yeah.
drugs. And I was like, no, just sweeties, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
They're
yeah.
sweeties now. And so
Sweeties.
they're just sweeties. So then anyway, they lined up the men, like the Haribo men. They
Right.
lined them up on a table as if like the boys were all being put face down.
Yeah.
Like, fuck's sake.
And interrogated them.
Interrogate. So the little Haribo men were flat down on the table, like
Just waterboarding the fucking little Harry.
absolutely. And they're like, we didn't do nothing, you know. And your man brought me over, and he just goes, cannabis. Because like, if you get caught with cannabis going in there,
you're fucked.
you're done. You're
Yeah.
going to be raped by the fucking, whatever the can
Yeah,
of the area.
they
and
fly me over and they rape.
fly you over as their fucking they're out of town rapists. They outsourced to raping the chief. Chief has been very hard up for work, so he's gets flown all over. Professional rapist. Christ.
Yeah.
So anyway, he lines up all the yolks. I just kept going. He's like cannabis. I was like, sweeties.
Yeah.
And he was like, cannabis. I was like, it's a sweeties, lad. They're just
They
sweeties.
don't have Haribo over in fucking.
Yeah, no, apparently not.
Yeah.
And he was just like, cannabis. And I was like, sweeties. Then he was like, sweeties. I was like, cannabis. He's like, ah. I was like, no.
Right.
You've tricked me there. So then he fucking called his manager over.
Right.
And his manager comes over and he looks at the sweets. And they're both just like fucking sniffing the sweets. And and then they're putting them down. And then the manager comes over and he's just like, they're threatening to keep me there for like 2 hours. They're like,
right.
We know these are drugs, we know these are whatever. And I was like, well, just fucking, just eat it.
Yeah.
Just taste the fucking sweet.
Taste the rainbow.
Yeah. And then like, you trying to, he's like, you're trying to get me high. I was like, I'm not trying to get you fucking high,
You're trying to fuck me, aren't
you're trying to fuck me. You're trying to fuck me in the ass. No fucking way. But so then in the end, eventually they got another guy in. Like they had about 3 levels of management come over and just looking at the little sweets, and they were
a sweetie specialist.
The sweeties. They had a call for the sweetie specialist.
Willy Wonka.
Just Willy Wonka goes in with his little hat. I will come on your face. Da, 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 da. Little Oompa Loompas just coming in. Little fucking
Oompa Loompas and hijabs. Like,
yeah. Oh, fuck's sake. Yeah, like Arabic Oompa Loompas just coming in. Just having a look at the sweeties.
The same size as them.
Oh, fuck. Holy God. But so, in the end, they just fucking, like, so they had about 3 levels of security come in. And they just fucking, and then they were just like, they just told me to fuck, like they're just go, because they didn't, and they fucked all the sweets in the bin.
Oh no!
I thought it's like, well, if they're not, if I'm innocent, don't throw out my sweeties.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, nasty bastards.
They probably thought that like, were they going, because they probably thought like if the gummy bears weren't wearing any clothes, it might have been indecent,
They were. It was apt. They were bold as brass.
These gummy bears need hijabs,
Oh,
like,
well, the Haribos were just literally just like
it's very egregious,
fucking
like
sweetie cock out.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just both like fucking in their birthday suit. It was, I suppose, looking back, it was fairly scandalous. But
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, but
did they search up your arse or anything?
Huh?
Did they have to search in your asshole or anything?
The boyos?
Yeah.
No, they actually didn't. They gave me like a little pat down. I just think what it was is I didn't look. In Dubai, it's so rich, and everyone is like fucking, everyone's doing something evil.
Yeah.
And everyone's wearing suits and and they just saw me coming in, and they just don't really want to let me into the country.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I was just looking like scruffy and I malnourished. I think I could have been living in Barcelona or Berlin at the time, and
I think you were living in Berlin.
and I was just eating, nothing but fucking kebabs, and do
yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I was crawling. I looked like Tommy Cronton.
Yeah.
I looked like half Woodlouse.
Right, okay.
And they were just like, we don't want, people are paying a lot of money to be here. They shouldn't have to look at him.
Yeah.
You
could have bribed them with more, with like Skittles or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. I should have had more sweets
put that
to
in
get.
your pipe now and smoke it,
Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Yeah.
But do you know what I just thought of? Because thinking of there's actually no good segue for it. I just thought of something that happened on
That's the fucking middle name of the show, man.
Yeah, but so when I was I just thought this story the other day, but I thought you'd like it. When I was growing up, right, on my farm, we had a fella that worked on our farm called Henry Monk, right, and he was just this real kind of like odd, kind of quiet fella. He lived in town, but he came out, but very kind of skinny and like emaciated.
Was he like a monk? Was he?
Well, no, he wasn't a monk.
That
was just his name.
Right.
But he so he used to work out in our farm. He's kind of just like like an odd kind of just an oddball, really. But he used to call Welligans.
Welligans.
Like our wellies. Like he'd call them, "Where are me Willigans?"
Right.
Saying, where are me Willigans? And we'd be like, oh, they're just outside the door there, Henry. And then he'd scuttle off for his Welligans, you know. But when we'd be eating dinner, like you'd have him in for dinner, and the amount of butter he used to eat was unbelievable. Like, as in, like, he would just fucking lather everything he had with just, like, he'd take way more than his fair share of butter. And just, like, and it was just disgusting amount of butter. And then he'd be eating up the butter. Like, Jesus Christ.
Maybe he was like, he couldn't pronounce Wellingtons because he just had so much butter in his mouth.
That could easily have been it. It could easily have been it because his tongue was too lubed up, lathered up with butter. So anyway, one day Henry Monk anyway was out around the farm. But the thing was, right, so we had a dead cow. There was a dead cow in the middle of the yard. And so what basically happens if you have...
Sorry, what happened to the cow?
Mysterious circumstances.
Right, COVID.
Yeah, COVID. It was COVID. Way before its time. It was about 20 years ago, but it got COVID and died. It had been on holidays to Wuhan, and it had returned and dropped down the
wearing one of those triangle hats.
Yeah, wearing one of those. Like I've been working in the paddy fields and had those little fucking basket with it. So the cow had come back from China and was, very full of itself. But for whatever happened, it must have got COVID, and the cow dropped dead anyway. And so basically, what you do if you have a dead cow, you leave it out in the yard, and a knacker comes and collects it.
Right. Okay.
Now, not a knacker is in not like the way we think of a knacker. A knacker is someone who collects dead animals.
Oh, it's in the classic sense.
Yeah. That's a knacker,
okay.
and they bring it to dead animals to the knacker yard, and that's where you keep all the dead animals, right?
And what do they do with the dead animals?
The knacker?
Yeah.
I think they turn them into puppets and travel the country, or, you know what I mean?
Punch and Judy.
Yeah, kind of Punch and Judy things with like a dead badger and a dead rabbit. I think they hang them in their house, they fuck them probably, I don't know.
Okay.
But so anyway, we left the cow out for... to be collected by the knacker man, but the knacker didn't collect it. I don't know if he was on holiday, if he'd gone to Portugal or something. I don't know, or maybe he'd gone to see a West End musical. I'm not sure, but I don't know. But so the cow had left there a couple of days, right?
Yeah.
And anyway, one day my mother says to me, it was around dinner time. She's like, "Oh, we'll go out there and get Henry Monk to come in for his dinner."
Yeah.
And I came out, and Henry Monk was eating one of the eyeballs of the cow. I swear to God, right? I swear to God. And
Did he have butter?
And I came out. No, I swear. This is no word of a lie.
Yeah.
He was fucking. I came out and he got just taking a bite, and I'll never forget. I made eye contact with Henry Monk
with the eye of
literally the eye facing outward, the eye of the cow, and he had bitten halfway into it. And then I made eye contact with him. I was like, dinner. And then he just took it out of his mouth and he just goes, "Go get me some butter."
Oh my God.
Can you go get me some butter?
Right.
With the dead, like an eyeball in his thing. So I goes into my
an
mother.
eye for an eye.
So I goes into my mother and I says, I'm after going out to Henry Monk is eating the eyeballs out of the cow. Right. I was like, he's eating the eyeballs out of the cow.
Yeah.
And he wants me to bring him out some butter. And my mother just kind of like, my mother hates anything weird, Rod. She just kind of got a little bit, but she just go bring him some butter.
Yeah.
So I just had to bring Henry Monk. I just brought him out a bit of butter. But by the time I came out, he had already eaten the eyeball. So he just got the butter and just kind of slowly
washed it down like a chaser.
Yeah.
And did he just eat the eyes, or did he?
No, he just set the eyes out of the cow. I think
it's like Leonardo DiCaprio in The Revenant, like.
Well, and I don't. That movie hadn't been out yet at that time, so I don't know where he got the idea. But I think, I think this is it. So usually, if you leave dead animals out long enough, crows will eat their eyes. Like crows will come down and eat.
You got to get the eyes while they're good.
So I think Henry Monk's thing is he had seen the crows do it. And then he was thinking, I think that either gave him ideas, or then he was like, I better get him before the crows get him.
Yeah.
So he wanted to beat the crows to eat the eyeballs. Yeah. But it was fucking mad.
It's a crowy cow world out there.
Huh?
It's a crowy cow world.
It's a crowy cow world, but like fucking I just know like that after that like we were just all like we were just waiting. How can we fire Henry Monk?
Right. Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. There was a mutiny.
Yeah, because you can't really fire him for eating the eyeballs out of the cow because it's like, I suppose he's not really doing any harm. Do you know what I mean?
Where was he from?
Huh?
It might have been a cultural thing.
Oh, I think he was from an odd little family. The monks used to live, actually, they used to live beside the dump in Kilkenny, a place called Dunmore in Kilkenny, which was just outside the town. And they used to live in they lived in I think it was like a little boat, but there was no water. Right,
it was just a boat in
I think there was it was just this little boat, but that was just on land.
Right, okay.
And the monks would live there beside the dump. So I think maybe they were used to like eat, because I think how I believe, I don't think the monk family, his parents would have really worked.
Mm-hmm.
They would have just been more kind of like, they were kind of like boat vermin kind of thing. So I think that the monk children, they used to like scavenge in the dump for dinner.
Yeah.
So I think that he probably, growing up, would have had to eat a lot of like the eyeballs of dead animals and stuff. Yeah, absolutely.
But I imagine that there's probably some, benefit to eating. Like when they say carrots are good for your eyes.
Yeah.
Cow's eyes must be good for your whatever.
Didn't they say at one point that Coke was flavored with like fish eyes or something?
Cocaine or
Coca-Cola?
Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Fish eyes, maybe in certain parts of, I don't know, Asia or something. I don't know, flavored. They put, because I've been in China, and they'd have like like kidney bean flavored ice cream and stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus, that's fucking. Did you have any?
Yeah, I had it. Yeah, because it's deceptive. It looks like chocolate ice cream, and then you eat it, and it's just like, oh, this tastes like my dad's feet. You know what I mean? And then you look at the wrapper, and it's a kidney bean. It's fucking crazy, like, China, you need to check.
Did you ever give your father's like foot a lick, like when you were young, and maybe you had him up watching telly and just kind of, because you remember those ice creams that were shaped like a foot?
Oh yeah,
do you remember
them
called
again?
I think they were called Bigfoots or something. Yeah. But I thought they were a fucking lovely ice cream.
They were, man. What did they? Yeah, that brings me way back now. They do it. We were fond of like limb-shaped ice cream.
No, there was. And then if you think like there was a lot of like, if you think of like a Twister or something, I suppose that's not the way that, if when you sucked on a Twister, the shape it would take on was quite phallic. Yeah. But I remember those Bigfoot ice creams, and they were so delicious. And I remember one time I was in my
the photographs of them are blurry.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan's been looking for him.
Oh fuck! If you don't get that Bigfoot reference, well then you can all fuck
kill
off.
yourself.
You all go kill yourselves. Just a load of dead people in episodes of Columbo for no reason. Just a load of people dead on the ground. But I remember one time I was in our kitchen, like a home in our house, and I think this was post Henry Monk era. I think we had gotten rid of him for something else, but I remember my father he was sitting reading the paper, the Farmer's Journal. I remember, and he was particularly covered in shit and stuff. Because he would be always just covered in shit. But he had his feet up on a chair, and he was bare feet. And I had just been, at that time, I'd been eating a lot of those Bigfoot ice creams.
Right.
And I somehow got in my head, I don't know what age I was now at this stage, maybe I was 6 or 7, but I got it in my head that all feet would taste like that.
Right, okay. Yeah, well that's it, yeah.
Would taste like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so I goes over to my father's feet, and I just literally put my mouth over his feet, like,
right,
and started sucking on his feet.
And what?
And my father just let out a fucking scream. He's like, "What you doing?" I was like, I thought they'd be tasty. And I remember my father just got up and he just booted me.
Right, okay.
Right in the chest.
I thought he would have.
What? Liked it?
Liked it? Or
I think if it was,
his wife, maybe.
if my wife, if my
or
mother,
one of the animals, but
or one of the animals,
not
with
his own
sucky
flesh
calf.
and blood. Yeah.
But like, I don't know. Have you ever like? Has anyone ever put your foot in their mouth?
My foot in their mouth. Foot and mouth.
Foot and mouth, yeah.
Yeah, that's how foot and mouth started on your fucking farm.
Was me sucking.
Yeah, mistaking your dad's foot for a fucking ice cream.
That is probably how foot and mouth.
Yeah.
I started foot and mouth.
You did.
Jesus, I shouldn't have done that,
Yeah.
man. Fucking hell. I
But-
tell you, they didn't taste like the ice cream at all.
No.
lad.
Well, one time.
Not at all.
Not at all, no.
Not in the slightest, lad.
Well, I'd have to taste your dad's feet to
If
confirm
like
that.
Ben and Jerry's brought out my father's foot flavour, I would not buy
What's your
it,
dad's
lad.
name? What's your dad's name again? What's your dad's name again?
Imagine
Sebastian or
Ben
something?
and Jerry's with your father's foot.
flavored ice cream.
Oh,
With like
fuck's
little,
sake.
they have chunks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just little, your dad's feet, like
Little chunks of your father's
chocolate-
feet.
your dad's toenails and fucking
Oh,
lumps of his fucking corns and bunions and stuff.
oh, fuck Verucas.
I'm pretty sure my fucking my mom used to, when we were kids, she put her feet up on the little Mexican maid that we had, and she'd put her feet up on her like that, and she'd have
Juanita.
what? Juanita,
Oh,
yeah.
Juanita.
And my ma had like bunions and stuff, and we would like we would like pick her bunions for her.
pick her
like,
bunions?
Yeah, we would. Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, man, fucking yeah. Who's been cutting bunions? Like we're all crying. Like,
Oh,
and fucking,
fuck's sake.
And we used to like.
You went
yeah,
bunion picking.
Yeah, they had corn. She had corn as well. Why aren't they all,
Ribbons in your hair and little basket going bunion
we
picking.
were singing little spirituals and stuff. Like we had, we had
Oh,
yeah, we had little.
praise Jesus.
Yeah, we had little. And then if we didn't pick enough, then my dad would come in with a whip and tie us to a fucking pole. like.
Yeah.
But, we.
On your mother's bunion plantation.
Oh,
we work
man.
long and hard here on
Yeah,
Mama's bunion plantation. Thank you kindly, sir.
Yeah, it was my mother's just sitting there in a rocking chair, like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my father's there in a rocking chair just watching us picking our mother's bunions, and then we'd use the skin to like for candles, like
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Fuck.
but yeah, we used to like now when I think of it, it's fucking madness like that we used to do that. Like
Oh yeah.
families are weird,
Families
You
are
do-
rocking.
yeah.
Yeah.
We were saying about the that you mistook your father's. You saw your father's foot, and you're like, oh, I've tasted one of those foot ice creams. They
Yes.
must taste the same. When I was a kid, I was out in Dublin Airport. I was maybe 8 or 9, and we were picking up someone from the airport. I can't remember who. I think it was some fella coming in from Iraq, and he didn't have a passport and everything. It's fucking mad.
Yeah.
But anyway, this fella, I went off. They used to have an arcade It was around, I think it was like September 2001 or something. I can't remember, but
Yeah.
I went over to the arcade, right?
Yeah.
They had in Dublin. They used to have it in Dublin Airport, and this fella came over to me in a trench coat and a paddy cap.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Where's your parents?" And I was like, "Oh, my ma's over there," like and then he was like, "Oh, right, okay, cool." And he's like, "Do you wanna come out to? I can give you a lift home if you want." And I was like,
He says to you.
he says to me, yeah, he says
in
to
case
me,
you didn't want to go with your mother.
yeah,
Because I'll get you home faster.
yeah. So, yeah, he was like, I'll take you out to your van. I was like, all right, okay. And we got to his van outside Dublin Airport.
This out of a
and then
trench coat
What? A fella in a trench coat.
and a paddy cap.
Yeah, and then he took his flute out, and then I looked at his flute and I was like, oh, I've had a twister before, and I was like, it must taste like a twister.
Jesus,
So I went in. I empathise completely with your story. Yeah.
So what you're telling me is,
Yeah.
because this lad, it sounds like this lad was a paedophile anyway.
Jesus. Well, when you put it like that,
Well, he brought you to his van and he he whipped his cock out.
I've never even thought of it like that, to be honest.
I mean, I'd say he couldn't believe his luck when just unprompted you started
Yeah, I started blowing him.
blowing him off.
Yeah, and then I was just being like, this doesn't taste like a twister at all.
But did it taste like? Did you think it tasted better? Is that when the...
Yeah, that's when it all started.
That's when it all started.
Yeah. I was like...
It doesn't taste like a dish at all.
Yeah.
It tastes far better.
Yeah.
Far better than I ever could have imagined.
I was like, they need to make an ice cream. A cock-flavoured ice cream.
Do you think that would actually... That's actually a good point. Because if they did... Like, would you be absolutely fucking... Do you remember that lad? When you were in Berlin?
Yeah.
That you... Remember, did we talk about... I don't think we ever talked about this, but... And he had a cock. This fella you were with, and he had a cock. And you sucked him off.
Yeah.
And then what did he do? He did fucking sweet Fanny Adams.
And then he turned over in the bed and went to sleep. Yeah, that was a low point.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
That was a fucking
That was
low
as
point,
nasty as it gets.
It was, yeah.
Tell that story now.
And then so that was in Berlin, and I hadn't had any, intimacy since that incident with the pedophile at the airport.
You hadn't been touched since then.
Yeah, I hadn't been touched since then. So
you hadn't tasted a fucking the glorious flavor of a cock.
Yeah, no, and I was craving, and it COVID as well.
Glory cacophony of taste.
That's what it is, man. It is. Do
you like the taste of a cock?
It can depend. Like this fella's cock now was like uncircumcised, so and then you can tell like by the taste that if it's been cleaned, And anyway, I go over. He's Irish.
Yes.
And
does an Irish cock taste different than, say,
a
Belgian flute?
There's a bitterness to it.
There's a bitterness.
And
there's a begrudgery to an Irish cock.
There's a begrudgery to it. It's kind of like you can feel there's like an osmosis.
Yeah.
And it's just like, who do you think
there's
you
a
are,
sourness.
There is a sourness. There's a coldness. There's a big fish in a small pond type energy or something. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Begrudging, it's who do you think you are trying to be a comedian? It's very...
Yeah.
It's...
Yeah, it's kind of... an Irish cock could be kind of sneering at you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just kind of...
Yeah, that's what it is. It's just...
Yeah, you think you're great, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. Who do you think you are,
Right.
Coming in here and trying to suck me off, And... so he was Irish, matched on Grindr.
You're not going to get any come out with me.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell you that for a fact.
Yeah. And I jumped on a train, 40 minutes over to his place.
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, come into my hotel, the door will be open, which is like a red flag already. Go into his room, and he's just there lying on the bed, kind of a tubby fella. And
fat man.
Not fat, but
husky.
Tubby, which is, there's nothing wrong. I like a little bit of, caution for the portions, I say. And anyway, he's lying on the bed, and we're just chilling. And I was like, right, let's get down to business. No, he was clothed.
All right.
And then we started making out, and I was like, oh, his mouth tastes like fucking smoke and fucking.
And would you play any music?
No, it was dead silent. Yeah,
there
might have been music, but I was just like, woo, like a grenade goes off in a movie.
Yes.
And I was just like, like it was kind of like that.
Ears ringing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like if you fired like a gun like right to your head and it just...
Yeah, exactly. It was like that. Yeah. But that's what happens when you have gay sex. It's just...
I would have thought now what you'd love is
like Oppenheimer. It's like splitting the atom,
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. But because do you know when like people have sex and they often put on like apparently like Marvin Gaye or Barry White.
Marvin Gaye would have been very appropriate for that.
Absolutely.
Starvin Gaye.
Yeah.
That's what I am right now.
Starvin Gaye. Oh, fuck.
Oh, man.
It's because he's poor and hungry.
Yeah,
and gay.
Yeah.
Starving gay.
And black.
I don't have to... I'm fucking black, lad. Yeah. And his father is going to kill him.
Yeah.
Marvin was murdered by his old daddy.
Yeah, I heard that.
That was shocking.
I remember my father telling me that.
Yeah.
Just that we were listening to... He was playing me Marvin Gaye, and then he was like, just telling me that his father shot him. I don't know if that was like a warning to like...
Yeah,
don't ever cross me type thing.
Yeah.
So
don't get cheeky.
Yeah, now go back to picking your mother's bunions.
Bunions. Get back down to the bunion plantation right now, sonny. 'Cause let me tell you, I ain't that different than Marvin Gaye's daddy. I ain't gonna put 2 holes in that gay head of yours if you don't pick them bunions.
Oh, that's bringing me right back, man.
Bringing back to the bunion plantation. Fucking hell, that can't have been easy for your mother to be both a mother and a bunion plantation.
Yeah. She had a tough life, man, you know.
Fucking hell, she
Yeah,
did
she
it all.
yeah.
Fuck's sake. No, what I was going to say to you is I could imagine you, because like obviously like people play like Barry White and Marvin Gaye and all this sexy music, but I could imagine like if you were shagging, like you'd love like a bit of like Eminem, like Slim Shady, but stuff like, you know, like let's get down to business.
Yeah.
Or do you know what I mean? Like, you know, like Eminem's like kind of funny Slim Shady songs.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Mm.
You know, guess who's back again.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of the worst possible music for shagging.
For gay shagging or just
for gay
normal
shagging, and I think it will be Eminem's funny song. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
Like where he's like, where he's Slim Shady, and
right?
And he's being like, you know what I mean?
Why would that be?
Because they're just so like, they're such like, I think they were for a time and a place.
Yeah.
As in, like Eminem was class, but when I listen to him again, and they're like, guess who's next? It's just
it's wacky.
It's fucking and it's just real clowny kind of whiny weird shit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it wouldn't be.
Like how
it'd be
you
too distracting.
You couldn't
like.
be shagging to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of some lyrics to some of those songs. What's another one of those Eminem? Where he's being gas.
Where he's being gas. I don't know Eminem. I know he says something about Michael Jackson.
I know, that's what I was trying to think.
Yeah.
He does say something about Michael Jackson being a fucking
nonce.
Being a nonce.
Yeah.
And something about like
Does
Mary Kate and Ashley, or something about
what's the
shagging
one where
those
he's
twins.
dancing and he does the moonwalk. And
Oh, I think it's like, isn't it like get crazy? Wah, 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 wah,
yeah, that would be
yeah.
Now that would be.
Imagine trying to fucking take the britches off a man to
the britches
get
off
crazy.
A man.
Wah, wah.
Yeah. That would be.
What is that fucking song? Fuck it. Then you gave me your world. Yeah, is it? Oh, fuck, I wish I knew the lyrics.
Yeah.
Anyway, your man, he's on the bed. Mouth tastes like fucking an ashtray.
Yeah. And then I started blowing him.
Yeah,
and that's
yeah,
where this is the origin of the chief.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I started blowing him.
Yeah.
And then he started like fucking me in the face.
Yeah.
Aggressively. Which
Yeah.
had never happened before.
Throttling the head off you.
Throttling the head off me. Like, he's there fucking me. I haven't had that happen since the airport incident. Like, and he's there fucking me in the head.
You a humble bunion picker.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
That's not right.
No, it's not right at all.
There's a power dynamic there. You can't
there is.
You can't be throttling the head off a bunion picker.
No, you can't. Like, he's
a man who was raised picking his mother's
humble
bunions.
beginnings. Yeah, that's like fucking, and he's a girthy man, width wise. So it's very. And
was it a thick cock?
No. It was a moderately sized chode.
Right.
And he's there fucking me in the head, and it's like if an immovable force met an immovable object. Like,
yeah,
he's just like whatever.
Right.
And then I had really long hair at the time as well.
Yes.
So like it just looked like he was like shagging a mop, you know.
So his cock.
Looked like he was shagging one of the Moorbegs, you know.
Yeah.
Remember them?
Molly and Rossa. I remember him well. Fuck's sake. He was fucking absolutely wellying the head off one of the Moorbegs. They didn't deserve that. That's not something you do to one of them. So,
oh man, they were just walking jizz rags. Like,
oh, be fuck yeah. You know well. You could see on their face they'd been. You know what I mean?
Was that live action or was it animated?
I think it was just some fucking
fever dream.
Some 40-year-old from Finglas dressed up in a fucking in a Moorbeg,
dirty mop head.
But whoever even fucking conceived of the Moorbegs,
yeah,
I don't know.
It's just, and why give them the Moorbegs?
And like, not only to conceive of the Moorbegs, but then like to go through like a fucking team meeting in RTE and like, let's give them their own show.
Yeah. And the Moorbegs.
The Moorbegs need their own show.
Oh, Jesus.
So anyway, your man is, so you're basically, his cock has waged war on your head.
It is, yeah. He's like he's Daniel Plainview trying to get oil, like, you know.
Yeah.
And I
Imagine that he was fucking around and this oil started
coming out of my mouth.
He found oil in the head of a lowly bunion picker.
It's like DW. And but I found oil in the mouth of an Irish bunion picker.
An Irish bunion picker. I struck oil. Who would have thought it?
Imagine that.
It just come from the most unexpected places.
And then my mouth just becomes like a fucking America invades.
Yeah, but then
my
prospectors from all over the West
Yeah.
come down to pillage Chief's head for oil. Just every kind of old rich American just
Yeah. Like Killers of the Flower Moon, that new movie. Fucking hell.
Oh god. Anyway, so
then he's fucking me, and then I took his dick out of my mouth.
Yes.
And I said, "Hey, easy, Chief."
And you realise it was none other than Henry Monk.
And he was chewing on a cow's eyeball, and he was putting butter on the back of my head. So then
Jesus.
I took his cotton. I was like, "Way easy, Chief." And then anyway, he came, whatever, and then we were lying on the bed.
And were you a little gobbledygook?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, I didn't gobbledygook. I gobbled the fucking. Pretty sure I just spat it out on his whatever belly button or whatever. But
have you ever gobbledygooked?
Have you ever? My own, yeah, but someone else's, no.
You're only you only shop local.
Yeah, I get high off my own supply.
Yes.
But I know, have I swallowed? I think I have. I don't know. There's been so many loads, you know.
Yeah. It's hard to know.
It's hard to
keep track of
It's hard to keep track, man.
At some point.
But
so anyway, yeah, he
how are we
fucking.
doing?
Oh, we're doing great. Yeah. We'll finish this story and then we'll go bring biscuits to Tommy Crotton.
Grand.
And bring him down a few fucking.
Bring some butter to Mr. Monk.
Yeah.
But
a few Micados.
Yeah, and I fucking and then I'm like, we're lying on the bed in the nip or whatever, and I'm hard, and I'm like, oh, he's just catching his breath. He'll return the favor, you know.
Yeah.
I'm lying there, and it's time's going on, and we're chatting shit or whatever.
Yes.
And then he's just like
oil all over the floor.
He starts rolling a joint. He's dabbing his forehead with a little. Little rag like
oh my, Mr. Bunion Picker.
Oh my.
It was quite a.
Yeah, and then like he
Sweet
he
Lord.
saw us come on the floor, and he was like, "I have abandoned my child," you know.
Yeah.
And
I've abandoned my boy.
I've abandoned my boys.
Yeah.
Plural, because of the cum. But
the men.
And then he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna roll a joint," and I'm like, "All right, okay." Then he sparks a joint, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I don't smoke." And then he's just like, yeah, I'm just gonna catch some Zeds, you know."
Yeah.
And then I was like,
and could he see the hard cock of Chief?
"Oh yeah,
in plain view."
Yeah, my cock was there,
literally in Daniel plain view.
It was, it was, and I kept it hard as like a reminder.
Yes.
Don't forget about this now.
Reminder of the Cold War.
It was, yeah. It was.
Reminder of 9/11.
It was, well, yeah. Well,
standing up like
two cocks would have been more appropriate for that.
That would have been class, actually. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be great. But and then I'm like, all right, okay, so start putting on my clothes, and I'm like, do I say something? Because it's very cunty. I traveled like 45 minutes.
100%.
And then I go to him, I was like, oh, fuck, didn't know I was going to travel, almost an hour just to give someone a blowy. And then he kind of just looked at me just like, Canny's harp
has come in to add some much needed gravitas to this story.
Yeah, and
story of a lowly bunion picker being skull fucked by a brute.
And then, so then I'm standing there, I'm like, are you really not gonna fucking return the favor? And he's like, hey man, we didn't say anything was gonna happen. You made the first move. I didn't promise anything. And I was just like, oh my God, I'm just putting on my clothes. And then I think for a second I saw in his eyes, he was like, am I about to get raped?
Yeah.
Like, I could see it. Like, so I was a bigger guy. Well, he was tubby, probably weighed the same, but like, I could beat the shit out of him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was in decent nick.
He was a buttery character.
He was a buttery character, yeah.
He would have, Henry Monk would have loved him.
Oh, he would have had
would have
taken his eyes.
He would have eaten his eyes straight out of his head.
In the blink of an eye, he would have eaten his eyes. But and then I was just like, "Sir," and then I was just like, "Fuck." And then now I look back, I'm like, maybe I should have. No. And no. I just ruined the whole podcast.
You
with
did.
That.
What the
and
hell?
We'll
bleep that
out.
Beep.
And I just said to him, I was like, all right, I'll go.
I think you would have been within your rights to hit him a belt.
I think so, yeah.
Or if you squatted down and just took a shit on the carpet.
Yeah.
Just like
There's nothing against it.
Like a little dog.
There's nothing illegal.
Like a little doggy.
Yeah. So so then I just stormed out, got on the train home.
And did you go out in a huff?
I went out in a huff.
Did you slam the door?
Hufflepuff. And
Huffington Post.
What?
The Huffington Post.
Yeah. And I went off, got the train home, and then he gave me I got like gonorrhea in my throat from it. And then
Did you really?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that part.
Yeah.
This was one of the nastiest exchanges in the history of gayness.
It was fucking horrendous.
This was one of the lowest. This is one of the darkest moments of gayness.
It is, yeah. Apart
in
from
the 21st century. Huh?
Yeah.
I think this
is worse than AIDS.
I think this is worse than AIDS.
Yeah, I think so. And then anyway, to wrap it up, then that Christmas, I was flying home for Christmas, and we were both on the same plane.
No.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. I didn't. If I'd swear, he didn't see me, but I saw him, and I was like, if we're sitting beside each other, I am fucking.
You're fucking whipping it out and saying,
yeah.
Make things right, Chief.
Yeah, exactly.
You've got a chance to make things right, brother.
Like, suck my dick, or else I'm gonna hijack this fucking plane and
just fucking
fly it
straight into the spire.
Yeah, straight into the spire.
Straight into the fucking spire, you cunt. See how you like that?
Yeah, so that was that, man.
Jesus,
yeah,
that was a nasty.
God, man, being gay is a real circus.
It's an absolute gyp. You've been gypped.
Yeah,
you've all been gypped. Listen, lads.
There you go.
Up the Big Mike and the Chief.
Yeah.
We're going to have to actually bring some back. We've been offered some sponsorships. We're going to bring them back in the next couple of episodes.
Oh, yeah, with Cunnilingus.
Yeah, with some different airlines and different bits and bobs. Everyone in episodes of Columbo, thank you for listening.
Yeah.
Stay strong. Don't let Columbo get you. And we have to bring in that Columbo theme song somehow as well.
Yeah, I'll stick it in at the end.
Stick it in at the end. Yeah. Absolutely. All right, lads.
All right, peace.
Much love. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Good luck. Bye bye.